Chris12LFC, welcome to another one of my MotoGP career races. This is the Australian Grand Prix here on Phillip Island. I'm wondering if my internet connection is really good actually, since I've moved flats. I'm trying out a new recommended setup for the Twitch channel, so I'm hoping you get a better quality of video to watch. So we'll have a look when I've recorded it, and I'll watch it back once I've put it onto YouTube, and we'll see how it looks. But this is a track that I really enjoy riding on every single bike racing game I've been on. And how far I'm on pole will tell you why. Look how far I've made it onto pole. I'm 1.751 seconds ahead of my teammate Danny Kent. This is a circuit that I need to win. I feel if I don't win, it's going to be a really disappointing performance. I'm superior in speed to the computers around this track, the AI. And I don't think I should be beaten on this circuit. Plus, I enjoy this circuit a lot. Every bike racing game I've played it on, I've won. So I'm hoping I can get off the line well here, and we'll see. My bike has really actually got off the line really well there. Just checking what was around me as I accelerated off the line. See if I can pull out a gap straight away into turn 2, and I've already got a tiny gap behind me, braking really hard. Try and get a good acceleration off the corner. I'm not pulling away from Kent though. Kent is keeping up. At the moment, Kent is keeping up with me. Into one of the first hairpins on this circuit, and Danny Kent's thrown it down the inside, and Oliveira, and Quartararo. What am I supposed to do when they brake that late? When I brake that late, I fall off. So I really don't know how they do it. And I've passed all 3 riders into that little corner there. I can't win the championship now. There is three races, including this one left. And I'm 78 points behind. I'm just out here to ruin it for everyone else. I want race victories now. Race victories is what I'm after. Danny Kent takes a weird line into that corner because they don't brake until like the last possible second for some stupid reason on this game. Trying my best to pull out a gap here, but the AI behind me, Quartararo, Oliveira and Kent, are just keeping up because they brake so late. I'm not even going to look behind for a minute or two. I'm just going to accelerate down the straight. I'll have a look on the... I pulled out a tiny gap there. Tiny gap. Half a second nearly. About a half a second gap. I didn't set the fastest lap of the race apparently. Quartararo did. I think that's because he started a little bit further back on the grid than I did. I started just crossing the line. I kept the throttle on through there, but couldn't really get it down fully because I was leaning fully. Leaning completely on a 90-degree angle basically. Trying to brake as late as possible into this little hairpin. It's a really good designed track, and you just feel the flow as you race around it. It's so flowing. Obviously when you stay on the tarmac it is. When you go off the circuit like I just did, it turns into rallycross. I'm not even braking through here. Terrifying through there when you don't brake. Really good speed carried through this corner into the hairpin that's up. You come up the crest, down the crest the other side is a hairpin. It's a terrifying corner to try and get right. You can imagine it's absolutely terrifying in real life. But I've managed to pull it off just. I endoed it, nearly went wide, nearly crashed the bike, but I managed to stay on it. Only released the throttle slightly through the final corner and down the pit straight for the second time, starting a third lap now. Well, the third time then, isn't it? Starting a third lap. Sorry, I'm being stupid here. I maxed the bike out down that straight there. I've set the track record, or the fastest lap of the race, 1:37.699. Absolutely flying around Phillip Island here in Australia. I've just got superior speed to the computers behind me. The AI just can't keep up with my speed that I've got around this circuit. They can't on any game I play it on. And I've got them on hard, so if I go any harder, then I'm going to be beating every single race. And I need a challenge, and this is about the right difficulty, as you can probably see from the last race that I done. Nearly fell off there, had a bit of a tank slapper. Oh. Not a bad acceleration. I'm keeping a decent gap to the AI. Nearly 2 seconds on Danny Kent. Nearly 2 seconds. I'll pull out a bit more through here because they brake, as you can see from the red bit. I don't have to. So I feel that I can just carry the speed around the corner. I want to make sure I get this corner right. I braked a little bit too hard there and a little bit too early. So I'm going to lose a tiny bit of time there, but I did gain some before, so it's going to even itself out, I reckon. Oh! Nearly the rear end decided to step out on me there. If it stepped out on me, I might have fell over there. Might have fallen off the bike. I've got a really good gap now to the AI behind. Just flying around this Phillip Island circuit. 136.832. I'm pretty sure that's the fastest lap I've done of the race. Yes, it is. Absolutely flying around here. When I said I enjoyed this circuit and I don't lose on it, I meant it. Absolutely flying. Slightly wide, slightly sideways through there, which forced me wide. I just enjoy the flow of this circuit on every game I play it on. It's so enjoyable to ride. Brake! Perfect. Braked really late into that corner. The back end stepped out as I braked. And if anyone's wondering, I only use the front brake. I have the rear brake automatic, because if I have the rear brake on as well, it's just too much to try and concentrate on once, as well as speaking to you guys at the same time. I will fall off every single time if I have to manually do the rear brake. I prefer just being able to do the front brake, which is dangerous, you know, doing just the front brake, because every time you try and slow the bike down heavily into a corner, you don't have the rear brake to stabilise you, and you can just fold the front end under. It's a nightmare sometimes. Oh, the back end stepping out on me again. You can see the wear on my back tyre there, my rear tyre. See the wear on the right hand corner of the screen there. It's getting a bit worn now. But it's usually my front tyre that gets more worn out, because obviously I've just got front braking that I've got to do myself. So I absolutely wear the tyre out every time I brake into a heavy corner. Absolutely flying at the moment around this Phillip Island circuit. I'm going to use my flashback. That's the only flashback I've got. I'm going to use it now because I'd rather get it out of the way. And now I'm going to have to ride sensibly. I've got a decent gap behind. They are gaining a little bit because I have been making mistakes, but I'm sure I can hold on. But having to use the flashback on the first corner is dangerous, because now I've got to get around that hairpin every single time perfectly without falling off. I've managed it 4 times already. This is the 5th time when I come around. But it's such a hard corner to slow the bike down for, because you're going up a crest, coming down, and then you've got to brake immediately, so your bike's unstable as you're coming into the braking zone. Just here we go, we're coming into it now. I decided to brake a bit more than what I have been every single time. Get it just right, because I slowed down just enough to make it not look unstable. Oh, hit too much curb on the inside there. Coming out wide to try and hit the apex on the exit of the corner. Didn't quite get that, but I did get a better speed than I usually do around the final corner there. Coming down the pit straight to start the final lap of the race. I have a really good gap on the bikes behind me. The AI just aren't keeping up with me around this Phillip Island circuit. I've just got superior speed to them around here. I could really take my time around this final lap and win the race, but that's not the way I ride. I ride to the max all the time. I'm like Marquez. I don't back off. I still ride to the fastest ability of the bike, even on the final lap. if you've won the race. I don't like backing off. I find if you back off, you invite the pressure on them from the AI behind, and they catch you, and you usually end up losing the race. Or making a mistake because your concentration levels aren't as high. But it's looking like on this final lap, I'm just going around these few corners. I'm gonna have to, if I get that hairpin right, if I get that little that downhill hairpin right, I'm gonna win this race. It's all going down to that now. I'm 4.6 seconds behind the AI. If I can just keep in front of them here. Obviously, the AI are behind me, not I'm behind the AI. I realised that didn't sound right when I spoke then. And I've got it right. All I got to do is get around these final two corners. Final two left-handers around the first. Coming up to the final corner of the circuit here around Phillip Island to win the race that I thought I should win. And I'm gonna win in Phillip Island. What a performance from my bike. No wheelie for me because I'm trying to go for the fastest lap. Ah, sod it. Wheelie, why not? And I've won here in Australia at Phillip Island. What a performance from the bike. I knew that I had the superior race pace to everybody around. Won by 7.5 seconds. It was a really easy performance in the end after the first lap of being troubled by Danny Kent. But I managed to pull out the gap and just stay out front. It's a race victory. It doesn't mean anything for the championship because I cannot win the championship. I believe I can only really realistically look for third. But I'm not going to aim for second. First place is not happening. Danny Kent he's 2 points away from winning the championship there. But yeah, I take that result. That's a really good result for me. And hopefully next time you see me, I'll be signing a contract with the Moto2 bike. That's what I'm intending anyway. Might happen, it might not. I'm really not sure at this moment. Ignore the controller batteries are low thing. That's just really irritating and really bad timing. But I think it's going to take me to the Parc Fermé now, I believe, to celebrate my victory. The last time I seen myself in here celebrating, it was controversial because it was a dead heat between me and Kent, according to the game, because it was too close to read. But it did give Kent the win, but it showed me celebrating, which was weird. Check that out in the last video if you're interested on my YouTube channel, Christian Batten or the Chucky 101. And yeah, that is going to be the end of this. Unfortunately, I can't win the championship, but I'm still pushing for race victories. That was a really good victory there. And I've been Chris12LC. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, and if you're new around here, subscribe for daily content. And I will see you